Welcome back to the build. Today we are seeding the hill. Jamie is seeding the hill and I'm rolling out these mats, which are just fiber netting to help prevent erosion, hold down the soil as the grass takes. We planted earlier July. It was a little bit too early. It was too hot, got way too much rain, and all the grass died that we tried to plant. So it is now mid-September, which is the perfect time to do it, and so that's what we're doing today. Today's episode is sponsored by Ariat. We love their work clothes because they hold all kinds of stuff while you're doing stuff. Let's get to work. Now I have to go trim it and haul the other end back up the hill.
So it's really hard to tell just how steep this grade is here. It's pretty steep. The excavator had a hard time getting in here and getting this cleared, and it's really rocky. And obviously, in an ideal world, we'd remove all the rocks and pick up all the roots, but there's just way too many. There's just no way for us to physically be able to do that. There's no way we're going to end up being able to mow on this section of the hill. And I think probably if we had more time and we weren't trying to get this seeded as quickly as possible, we'd probably come up with an alternative to planting on this area, maybe some sort of flowers or something that didn't need mowed. But for right now, we're just trying to get grass seed down as quickly as possible, get it established so that this doesn't keep washing away, because we've had quite a few torrential rainstorms in August, and it's eating away here at the soil, and all of our grass seed that we planted earlier is now down in the woods. So we're replanting everything, trying to get stuff established as quickly as possible. We're hoping for some light rains through September here in October. That's what we've been having. We hope that continues, and hopefully we get something established. And then once we get this hill established, then we'll figure out a better plan for planting something here, or maybe turning this into some sort of orchard, or like terraced orchard or something like that. But for right now, we're just trying to get the grass seed down.
Bit of a retaining wall here. This was kind of washing this way. Since we're ready to pour our footing pads for the porch, I figured I might as well dig this out, put a little footing here, and then we'll stack a couple blocks that way and just connect this to that column, and that'll be a nice little retaining wall that'll be filled in, and this won't get washed in with sediment and whatnot. So I'm gonna set up the laser and make sure we get this cleaned up and locked down. with the yellow side because that's feet and inches. This is intense. Cool. All right, let's figure this out. Looks like the back needs to be trimmed down just a little. Form it up. Just put together a little form here. This is our ground wire. It'll be covered with concrete. This is only going to be about 4 inches thick. And then I'm going to build a little form for that little step footing. And it'll kind of just flow out of there, that pier footing into here, stop at the form. And then we'll fill this one separately. And we'll have the beginnings of a little retaining wall. We're only going to do it like 2 blocks high, maybe 3 blocks high, just to hold that back. And it'll be under the porch when it's done, so won't get any rain on it anyhow. So just precautionary measure. Today I am going to try to do grade stakes in each of these footing pads. So I could just pour 8-inch deep slabs in each one of these to get my footing that I need. Needs to be 8 inches thick. But then it's all going to be at a different level. And when we try to stack block, the tops of the blocks won't line up to the same plane, and we need that to be level with the brick ledge, actually a little wee bit lower, give us sort of a drainage slope. So this is where we would use grade stakes to bring the level of the footing pad to the correct height that allows us to stack a multiple of 8-inch blocks and not have to cut the top of a block. We want a perfect multiple of 8 inches from the top of the footing pad to this brick ledge. So that's what we're going to do with grade stakes. I need to account for a minimum of 8 inches of footing pad. Could probably get away with less, but I'm going to make them thick. And then figure out the rest, and I'll add concrete to get up to the next multiple of 8 inches of block, if that makes sense. I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about here. So I've set the laser height to about 3/8 inch below this brick ledge, like I said, to give us a little bit of a drainage plane. Now I'm going to find the depth of this hole and figure out my grade stake. All right. So our hole is, turn on the beeper. All right, that's exactly 4 foot 3.5 inches. 51, that's 51.5 inches. So we need to subtract 8 inches for our footing. What's that, 43.5, right? So that would be 43.5 inches to the top of our footing. But now we need that 43.5 to be a multiple of 8. So the closest to there is 40. So we need to add an extra 3 inches to our footing to get us to an even 40. So this footing pad depth needs to be 11 inches deep. We need to pound a grade stake into this pit and have the top of the stake stick up 11.5 inches. And then we'll remeasure to make sure we're right. That's a thick footing pad, but that's what you get. Also, while you're doing this, helps you calculate exactly how much concrete you need. We need 11.5 inches here, and then we'll take the width and calculate how much that will require. All right, so I got some scrap rebar here. This one's 18 inches. Perfect. Okay, that sticks out 11.5 inches. So we need to pour our concrete to the top of that. That's a grade stake. It's like within 1/8 of an inch, so I'll call that good. That means when we pour the concrete to the top of that grade stake, we will have 40 inches from the top of the slab to the top of the brick ledge there, which is divisible by 8, so it'll be 5 courses of block. Now I just gotta do that 13 more times. I'm now starting on the back side of the house, and I have to get the laser up level with the brick ledge. I thought about parking the truck right there, setting a tripod on it to get it up so I could level that out. I think I'm just going to take the laser off, set it on the brick ledge, and then measure from the beam down to the brick ledge and subtract that from my measurements. And that should be much easier than trying to move this dumb tripod around. So let's try that. 11 inches. Okay, good. All the grade stakes are done. Forms are ready. Little retaining wall is ready. I think we're ready to pour concrete, so that'll be in our next video.
All right. A huge thank you to Ariat for sponsoring today's video. I want to mention that Ariat has out a new line of women's workwear. A lot of you guys don't really know that I used to work sort of in the construction industry. I was in environmental, cleaning up underground storage tanks, soil and groundwater removal, and so I used to wear work gear all the time in the field. And it was very hard to come up with women's work clothes, like especially really comfortable shoes. And Ariat has just come out with this new line of work clothes. I only have the boots right now. I'm going to be getting in some pants and some shirts too. But definitely if you guys are women who are working in construction or anything outdoorsy where it requires like composite-toed shoes or steel-toed shoes or any kind of work gear, like if you're welding or anything like that, definitely check out Ariat's new line of clothes. They're amazing. They fit well in the waist. I've never had jeans that fit this well.
Me either. These are good.
I love these jeans, and they're like elastic, so you can like squat and stretch and do all kinds of
ninja moves.
Definitely check them out. I'm not just saying that because they're sponsoring today's video. I really love Ariat clothes.
These are really cool boots. These are like the men's version. These are the Tracy composite toe.
Yeah.
And these are the M7 rocker straight leg jeans. These are my new favorite jeans. They're just really, really well built, and they are super comfortable and they fit right. But anyway,
check them out.
Check them out. We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys.